A multiple is a number that can be divided by another number without leaving a remainder. Multiples are the values in that number's times table. For example, the multiples of 5 consist of the numbers 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on, because all of these numbers can be divided by 5, and the multiples of 12 consist of the numbers 12, 24, 36, 48, and so on, because all of these numbers can be divided by 12. It is important to know how to find the multiples of a number. In an exam, you might be given a number and asked to list a few of its multiples. This just means you need to list some numbers that can be evenly divided by the given number. To make this easier, make sure you have memorized all the times tables from 1 to 12. Here are a few examples. The multiples of 6 consist of 6, 12, 18, 24, etc. The multiples of 7 consist of 7, 14, 21, 28, etc. And the multiples of 8 consist of 8, 16, 24, 32, etc. A factor is a whole number that can be multiplied to get another number. For example, 6 times 2 is 12, so the numbers 6 and 2 are both factors of 12. The other factors of 12 are 1, 3, 4, and 12, because when you divide 12 by any of these numbers, you get a whole number. Here's another example. The factors of 30 include 1 and 30 because 1 times 30 is 30, 2 and 15 because 2 times 15 is 30, 3 and 10 because 3 times 10 is 30, and finally 5 and 6 because 5 times 6 is 30. To find all the factors of a number, you have to test each number from 1 to the square root of the number to see if it divides the number. For example, to find all the factors of 36, you need to test every number from 1 to the square root of 36 to see if it divides the number. The square root of 36 is 6, so test every number from 1 to 6. 36 can be divided by 1 to get 36, so the first two factors are 1 and 36. 36 can also be divided by 2 to get 18, so 2 and 18 are also factors. The number can also be divided by 3 to get 12, so 3 and 12 are factors as well. It can also be divided by 4 to get 9, so 4 and 9 are factors too. However, 36 cannot be divided by 5, so 5 is not a factor. The final factor is 6, because you can divide 36 by 6 to get an answer of 6. Now that we've tested all the numbers from 1 to 6, we can list all the factors of 36 to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18, and 36. There is no point testing numbers greater than 6, because any factor greater than the square root would have already been found. A prime factor is a special type of factor that you also need to know for your exams. A prime factor is a factor that is a prime number. Sometimes you might be asked to write a number as a product of its prime factors. This just means that you have to write all the prime numbers that need to be multiplied together to get the number given. For example, the number 50, written as a product of its prime factors, is 2 times 5 times 5, which is often simplified to just 2 times 5 squared. The best way to find the prime factors of a number is to use a factor tree. In a prime factor tree, you break the number down into 2 of its factors. Then, you break each of those 2 factors into 2 more factors. You keep repeating this process until you get a prime number. Once you get a prime number, draw a circle around it. Carry on breaking down all the other numbers until you are left with only prime numbers. Here's an example with the number 120. Because 120 has many different factors, the first step could vary. Personally, I'm going to break it down into 30 and 4 first. Then, I'm going to break 30 down into 15 and 2. Because 2 is a prime number, I need to circle it. Then, I'm going to break 15 down into 5 and 3, which are both prime numbers, so I circle them both. Now, I'll move on to the other branch. I'm going to break 4 down to get 2 and 2, which are also prime numbers, so I circle them both. Now that we have all the prime factors, the final step is to write 120 as a product of its prime factors. So we write 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5 equals 120, which can be simplified to 2 cubed times 3 times 5 equals 120. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section. If not, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.